Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Aaryn. So I just wanted to make a quick update on some things that are going on right now. Yes, I am updating from my bathroom because it's the only place in this house with decent lighting. So anyway, basically, I know that I'm being perceived as male a lot more now because we got season passes for Six Flags this year, and we went for the first time this weekend on Sunday, and I went in to go to the processing, and I had my voucher that I printed out online that had, unfortunately, my birth name on it. And I get up to the front, and first Alec goes in front of me, and of course his birth name was on his paper as well. And there was some young girl there who took his paper and was like, "Your name's insert birth name." It was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh, okay." So that was it. And then I'm like, "All right, hopefully it won't be a big deal." Well, unfortunately, I didn't get the same person. I ended up with these two older women who were in the next line. And they looked at my paper. Well, the first woman looked at my paper, looks at me funny, and, like, is looking down at the paper, checking it over. She calls this other woman over from the next line. And she comes over. They're pointing at the name and pointing at me. I'm like, "Come on, can you just, I'm right here." And they're like, "This is the wrong paper. You can't use this. You can't use someone else's paper." And I'm like, "Oh, Christ." They're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, so I said my birth name, and they're like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." So anyway, went about my day, whatever. And it was funny because about 2 minutes later, when we went into the next line that we had to go into, the woman at that line called us over and was like, "Come over here, boys." So it was just an interesting experience. That was the first time that I've had that happen. I've had people kind of look at my ID and double check and stuff, but, and I cut my hair, and all of a sudden, I guess, it's not just like, "Oh, you're a girl." It's more of, "No, there's no way this is yours." So it was a little frustrating, but awesome at the same time, so it was weird. But anyway, the next day we went to Six Flags again, because Al works like 15 minutes from the park and gets out of work at 2:30, so why not? So we went to the Six Flags again, and that time I at least had my season pass printed with my photo on it, and so I figured there's not going to be any issues. And sure as hell, I get up there, we get up, okay, I'm not trying to stereotype people here, but we went to the line with the dykiest, butchest looking woman that we saw checking the IDs. And I hand her my season pass. She looks at it. Alec passes through before me. She kind of double glances at his thing, lets him through. No big deal. I get up there. She hands it to me. And I'm looking at it, or she's looking at it. And I'm like, "Here we go." And she's like, "Oh, your name's whatever." And I'm like, I roll my eyes. I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like shaking her head and looking at it like, "I don't believe you." I'm like, "Come on, really?" So I'm visibly pissed off at this point. And I go and reach for my actual ID and pull it out. And before she looks at it, she's like, "Oh, okay, you can go." So naturally, I need to get that shit changed, basically. I really need to get that paperwork changed over. The only thing standing between me and that right now is, A, talking to my mother, which still hasn't happened. She managed to dodge that bullet last week, or whenever it was, last weekend when we were supposed to go out. She managed to get everybody to go out and avoid going with just me afterwards. So hopefully I can get her to talk to me this weekend. But anyway, and then the other thing that's keeping me from that is, unfortunately, it's a lot of money to do so. In New Jersey, it's about $300, and then some and then whatever the cost for copies of the name change certificate. Basically, it's $200 for the court filing fee. You got to jump through a bunch of flaming hoops. I'll probably post another video later on about what exactly is involved. But there's a fee to file with the Treasury. There's a fee to file with vital statistics in your state. So it all comes out to about over $300, which I don't have to really throw away right now because my car needs more work, which sucks on its own. But that's a story for another a day. So today, what I am at least going to do is go and get the picture changed on my license because it's getting aggravating. I need to change it from a provisional to a basic anyway because I was supposed to do that like a year and a half ago. But like I don't even want to go into a liquor store or order a drink at a restaurant or something right now or go into a bar because I feel like I'd rather spare myself the embarrassment of dealing with, oh, this isn't your real ID. So, basically, yeah, I just wanted to put this on camera. This is what my current license photo looks like. That was taken when I was 18, just out of high school. Awkward as hell. This is my Six Flags pass picture. There we go. Probably. That's my Six Flags pass picture that they still didn't believe was my ID, apparently, even though I think it pretty much looks like me, or whatever. So that's that. Hopefully later this, well, not hopefully, but later in a couple hours, this will not look like this anymore. So that's a plus. So yeah, that's it, and that's all I have to say. Peace.